My name is Yannick Naya. I am one of the directors at BME Volunteers. We are delivering a project to do with sustainability for Glyndon Ward. And today we're just really presenting the findings for a question that we've been asking the community, which is basically what does sustainability mean to it. We've undertaken a survey, we've outreached and engaged on the high streets, in the ward, in the community centre, spoken to the businesses, the residents, and really just trying to bring back that information in our interim report to say what the priorities the community says matters to it when it comes to sustainability.
People tend to be busy, people tend to have lost hope and feel, there is nothing, happening out there for them.
How they can be individually and as a community involved in ensuring that their voices are heard and that they can contribute to the benefits of the community that they live in. Part of the survey that we carried out, which was looking at what are the main issues that the community cares about, there was a lot of talk around mental health, there was a lot of talk around noise, pollution. There was some talk about housing, and I think what that speaks to are the everyday experiences of community members.
From the survey we've carried out before today, we know that the issue of littering, a more cleaner and safer environment.
There is a significant need for services, for climate action, for getting residents more involved in terms of levelling up, not just with sustainability, but with, I think, the number of different challenges that they face. For example, food poverty, for example, mental health. So those are just some of the key things that have come out of the workshops and the report that we're presenting.
The current climate issues that we're all facing, it's important to have green spaces. So it's important for us to be supported, communities to be supported in things that they want and things that would benefit them and the larger community. And so I think it's important to invest in those things.
Tina, I'm a resident. I found this is really good for my mental health. I've got disabilities, but getting together with a community, I did used to work locally as a post lady for 12 years around here. I've been a local resident all my life. It's a good community feel, and I just want to get, especially this centre, up and running how it used to be. Help with that. Coffee morning has saved me and helped with the mental health, and yeah.
Minutes. Emergency ambulance takes between 7 and 9 minutes to get to you, so that's already 3.5 minutes, 4 minutes that you're bleeding out for. You're technically dead. This kit will give you the vital minutes until emergency services arrive to give you that medical treatment.
My name's Ryan Bidis. I run Protect Our Children Patrol, which is a knife and weapons amnesty based in South East London, covering London and Kent. I go around the streets taking knives and guns off our streets, make the communities a bit safer, and installing bleed kits into our communities and supporting bereaved parents and trying to get them to turn their pain into something positive. Communicating with each other and engaging with each other, it brings us closer together and shows that we're all part of that community. We all need to stand together as a community. But us as the people that live here, we need to take a stand, and we have to make something happen and be heard and be seen to be doing something.
It's very important for, I believe, communities to come together now and grow strength and support from each other. People in our community are going through things, isolation, sickness, and other things, homelessness, lack of food, unemployment, and all kinds of things that are affecting people now. And I think it's important that we, as communities, support each other, not just residents supporting residents, but also local businesses, the council, and everybody that is involved within that community needs to come together and have some sort of common ground where they're being able to invest in their community to make it better, to make it healthier and happier.
The young people now, they ain't got nothing to do. I'm only 28, and when I was younger and a teenager, there used to be youth centres, there used to be youth workers, there used to be people that if you couldn't talk to your parents, you could talk to these youth workers. They would help you, they would guide you and give you the right advice.
Because all I utilize is, first of all, is my mind, my hands, and all I do is pattern, like, you know, a pattern, rhythm, and the sound comes out. But that sound is very, very therapeutical. It's a healing sound.
My name is Pichu Boulay. I'm a versatile artist and an educator. You know, using your imagination and being inspired, you know, in many ways, you know, to create, you know, the world that we want to see. So that requires a lot of, you know, brains, a lot of minds, you know, and a lot of creativity to make it sustainable, you know, and successful as well.
If you have a sustainable community and things are going on, people have that hope of improvement and progress. And once we can find, it makes people feel that they are being considered, they are being heard, and that changes are being made for their own benefits, so they are not stagnant or feel that sense of being forgotten.
The community have decided to launch a hub, which is a sustainability information hub. You can recycle, you can get food parcels. There's a number of different things. You can go litter picking. Any resident, any member of the community can literally walk to the community centre and get involved in something to do with sustainability. And that obviously does a number of different things. It challenges isolation, it brings people together, and with mental health being one of the key areas that we've seen a massive feedback as to something that needs to be tackled and a priority for the residents, then it certainly will make a difference to residents of Glyndon and I guess to the Royal Borough of Greenwich.
Well, morning everybody. My name's Andy, I'm manager of Glyndon Community Group, and thank you very much, Gannick, for inviting me along to say a few words this morning. We've got a really busy community centre in Glyndon, and over the last few months we've started to develop some really good events and Thursday morning coffee morning for local residents, and a lot of the stuff's come out of this as well. Yannick's been very kind enough to come along a few times and sort of have a chat and get involved with local residents, and that's really sort of paid some dividends, and also his hub on Tuesdays and Thursdays in the local area, which is very good. We're also very fortunate to have the Greenwich Council Advice Hub here on Thursday, where GCDA actually provide us with 40 frozen meals for local people that may be suffering hardship.
I'm just a person with a heart, and I'm from the area, so I know the way lifestyle is around here, and I know there's not many opportunities in the sense of young people being able to go somewhere and feel safe and keep off the streets. So if I can do something with other projects to help the young people, then that's all of our goals really, is to make sure that the streets are safer and cleaner.
With this project, not only is it bringing awareness, but I think it also offers practical ideas and initiatives to get the community members involved. We know we're having the local school involved, we've got some of the local shops involved, and it just means that we can come together and build a sense of community where we can feel safe and look after our mental health.
We have a lot of support from the community. We will see more support from the council, more involvement and participation on their front, because they are part of the Breaking Ground initiative.
We're really hoping the local authority gets involved to support the initiative, to work with the Glyndon Community Group and really facilitate what the report is identifying as probably a more significant need than the local authority probably thinks, and obviously it's an updated report.
Doing things in the community, it's hard to get a lot of people to come along and get involved. Everyone's so distanced at the moment, especially since COVID as well. It's made a lot of people feel lonely and anxious. So this is really about just getting people to come together again, communicate with each other, work together, chat about what's going on in your area, and let's see what we can do together to make it happen and make changes.